iTunes.
Jumping on
Motherfuckers like us.
We live.
We live! God damn, and the guest ain't in camera shot. She in the corner right now.
Hey, y'all.
We live! Hey. Hey, motherfucker.
Whoa. Good morning. Good morning.
But she was gonna dance to the music.
Oh, you want that?
Oh yeah, we gotta go on first.
Okay.
Alright, so we're gonna start over, but we're not gonna start over. So we're gonna sit here and just look at the camera. Until it's time to start over.
Hold on.
Look,
Let
cute in the
me
camera.
find a decent one. Here we go. This is on there?
Oh, this some dancing shit. Not safe for ears. Episode whatever the fuck we on. We got our cousin in the corner who on camera. I'm gonna do everything she's doing.
Yeah. I'm gonna let y'all do that. I'm pouring a shot real quick.
Do it. I'm gonna keep going. Do it all. Oh shit, I can't do that.
That's a nice butt, yo.
Oh, man, you crazy. Put that ass there. You said nice butt? Hey, look, man, we gotta talk about this.
I'm not talking about you.
You talking about my ass.
That's damn
crazy.
I've been squatting.
I done get my little squat on.
I've been squatting.
I ain't been squatting too much. My little knees is a little messed up.
We live, bitch!
We're live, baby. We live. What is that?
Yeah, what is that? Hey, just open this shit up.
I'm kind of.
Y'all getting real fancy with us today. You bought us the fancy shot glasses.
Those shots for y'all too. Go ahead, Nick.
Okay.
I like when you take a shot.
I'm gonna take this.
So we probably go ahead and toast. Go ahead and toast now.
Yeah, go ahead. Do your thing.
Yes.
I'm drunk from last night.
Oh, popping bottles on a Sunday.
We're gonna toast to our guest, Jasmine. Is it Chiara or is it H silent?
It's Chiara.
Chiara. Jasmine Chiara.
Like Christmas.
Did Christmas. Toast. I'm gonna get fucked up. I'm gonna fuck your live.
How was your weekend?
My weekend has been amazing.
Has it? That sounds
Amazing.
better than my weekend. Amazing is hard to beat.
Yeah, you can't even beat amazing.
Man, you can beat it, but it's hard.
Yeah, leave
But
that.
my
He gonna
weekend
need
was
some of that. He gonna
definitely
need some of that.
amazing.
Oh, so let's actually introduce the guest. Number one, give me your handle. Give me, in case they wonder where they can find you at. Give me your handles, whatever, pages, whatever.
Y'all can find me at Jasmine_Chiara on Instagram, Jasmine Chiara on Facebook, or you can find me out here in the streets.
In the motherfucking streets. Super fitness trainer. Super!
There we go.
Not just regular average and all that fuck shit y'all get. Super fitness trainer, mediation counselor, right? Oh no, meditation. Not mediation, meditation, right?
Meditation.
Meditation.
Why did I
Hold
know
up.
about this?
Hold up.
Are you
Hostess.
serious?
I'm dead serious.
Oh,
And I'm
we
not
got more
I'm not
accolades.
bullshitting at all.
Got more accolades. Hostess for celebrity parties.
Mhm.
That includes swinger parties, orgy parties.
Why didn't get invited to
And
that?
regular celebration. And also America's top model 3 years in a row running. America's. And that's North and South America. All Americas.
All of the Americas.
So
That's me. What's up?
that's Jasmine. Thank you so much for coming on our podcast.
Oh, thank you for having me.
So what we like to do in the beginning is just touch on all the topics we just brought up.
Well, damn,
And then
introduce
we gon-
us.
Oh,
We don't
hey,
care about
I got
us.
y'all,
So you
It's
introduce
my
us.
boy Nicky and my man Denzel Skywalker.
And Marvin on his way.
Yeah.
He on his
And
way.
Marvin might be on
He's
the
stuck
way.
in traffic.
Psych, no.
He might be on the way. He might not
He's
be
on the way. He's on the way. I can feel him.
He's
I can
in
feel him
spirit.
coming.
He's in spirit.
Yeah.
Meditation.
I feel it.
We gotta touch on this
Meditation.
meditation.
Man, let's touch on this meditation. I actually am just coming from my first group meditation event
All right.
at Corey Lake in Pikesville. We have group meditation every Sunday at 7 a.m.
Ooh.
In the park.
Is that where you can't talk? You can't say anything?
Oh, no, it's not actually, you can't say anything. We do focus on our thoughts that are inside of us.
Yeah.
But we do also do a lot of talking, mainly because I want you to understand what it is that you're about to feel, whatever sensation you're about to go through. We talk about those things beforehand. And every week we have a different theme. So this week the theme was actually focus. So today we talked about what focus was, what focus meant, and just bringing things into focus before we actually went into our meditation.
Right.
So that for me has been probably the most beneficial job of mine.
Hey, look who it is.
Over here.
What up? What's up, baby? What up? trying to start over real quick. Not safe is live with this motherfucker, and a motherfucker that was late. Hey, Marvin, we're gonna scoot in real tight now and get comfy. So we went over everything she's about. Super fitness trader, mediation, meditation. I keep saying mediation. Meditation counselor, a party promoter for everybody. Troll.
Hey, let's leave that one out for that.
And she's pretty much recapping her weekend, which most important, right before she came here was what she was doing in the park, the meditation stuff. So continue.
And I got the revelation from God to start doing meditation counseling about a year ago. However, there were so many transitions in my own life that I had to go through and grow through in order to just be disciplined enough to bring people together in that manner, and really just to help people tap into their own spiritual beings. So we just had our first event today. It was absolutely life-changing and mind-blowing for me.
That was your first event?
It was my first group event. I've been doing private meditation counseling for 2 years now. So just being able to bring it to the forefront and really do the same thing for a group of people who are uncomfortable with going into churches, and uncomfortable with, just really being who it is that they are. We were able to really cast out so many demons today, and just so many demons of defeat and fear and rejection and things like that.
Somebody that's uncomfortable going into a church. Who is that?
So,
what does that look like?
You gotta wear a suit and tie.
No, it's not. It goes so much further beyond that. But that is a part of it.
A lot of my cousins like,
the
man,
church
I'm going to
the church has really made people uncomfortable to come to them. And that's never what the church was designed for. And God is not that pleased with the church right now. So all this, I don't want to go to church thing, like, why are we blaming people for that? Because at the end of the day, the church has not had open arms to everybody. True. If you're going to judge me by how I look, one of my favorite scriptures, one of my favorite quotes is, the world judges you off your appearance. God judges you off your intentions. Right. So if I come with a clean heart and you see these dirty clothes on me, what does that mean? My heart is not clean, or my heart is not pure. So what today just revealed to me is that everybody that I got to reach ain't going to be in the church. Most of the people that I have to reach are not going to be in the church. They're going to be outside of the church. And I was able to create an atmosphere to where as though people felt God's love and felt God's energy. And we did it outdoors. And God's and His favor and
so like doing it outdoors means like the church doesn't have to be four walls,
right?
And a pulpit.
You're your own church, right?
Yeah.
Can Marvin have been a porn star last year and then come to church now?
Do you accept
him?
Why?
Can he be a porn star tomorrow? And
he can be a porn star tomorrow, and still at the end of the day.
What if he's a minister right now, right? And he's thinking about getting into porn. He's finding nothing wrong with it. Can he stay a minister, but then he also...
No, and the reason that he can't stay a minister is because when you are ministering towards people, you have to be very mindful of how you move.
True.
Unlike the cussing preacher.
Oh my God! I'm glad you said my family was. I said I do not like that preacher. I don't want to go to his church.
Really?
Like, one thing about God, like when you are working for God, you don't operate with that much vulgarity.
You got to at least try, right?
You have to at least try. Like, come on, brother. Like, you doing it on purpose now.
Now, check this out.
One thing, hold on, real quick. One thing when you dealing with, God's people got to be able to see the God in you. If you walking around here, F this, F that, be this, if you constantly just cursing your life away, they're not gonna see you as that. You have to be very mindful of who you're representing. We're not here for us.
Can I say something?
No.
We've been doing this podcast, right? We've been doing this podcast for 3-4 months now. And I knew them in the gym. At least I thought I knew them in the gym, right? We get on this podcast. We talk every week. And I'm like, I ain't fucking know you was like that. I'm sorry I cussed. I know we talk.
Listen, I don't want y'all to feel uncomfortable. I still cuss. I only said the F-bomb because, I'm working on mine.
I didn't know you were that... you was going deep like this. That's dope. I knew you ride bikes with your dad, and you.
Well, my godfather, but.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah. I know you ride bikes, and we talked about that sometimes. I know you work out and do a few things, but I mean,
you didn't know
it's crazy like how I don't know 9 minutes. You know what I mean? You can go deeper than. That's cool, yo. Like that.
No.
Thank you.
And see, I've known her for quite some time. And it was just kind of like a recent factor when we were both working at LA Fitness together. Where I was like, oh shucks, I'm like, yeah, that's little sister, whatever the case was. But seeing her and just what she's evolved into. Yeah, I mean, it's a great feeling to know that, some people, I mean, we all have some friends where you look back and you're like, damn, I don't know what they're going through. I hope everything's okay. But, to see this young lady right here and what she has become, like, it's an amazing and it's a tall tale to tell.
Thank you.
And I think that everybody needs to make sure that they pay attention to stuff like that because, with her being into fitness and doing all these other extracurricular things and all that kind of stuff, it shows people that, it goes a lot deeper. It stems from something else. Like, it's something in you that pulls you towards that stuff.
And you're giving back. Right. This morning.
And I think the most important thing is that, like, for me, everybody's always like, you do this, you do that, you do that. Like, don't give me a job title because I'm on assignment. Right. And when you operate in assignment, I like that. You go where God tells you to go. It doesn't matter what it looks like to everybody else as long as you lead with good intention, and lead with love. And that's what I do in every single one of the things I do. So whether it be from fitness training to nutrition coaching to meditation counseling to background dancing to being a hostess for celebrity parties to being any of all the things that I am, I lead with love and I make sure that I include God in every single part of it. I don't know if y'all know this, but my shirt says "but God." So many times the word "but" comes in. It comes in the middle of a sentence to transition the sentence into something else, right? And one thing about me, what I had to learn to do is I'm only this talented and only this creative and only allotted to do all these things because of God. Right. So I could sit here and I could take the credit for everything that I am and everything that I'm doing, but God is really the reason why I'm able to, to do this. So just being able to just start to implement Him in the things that I do. And I had a friend who was like, yo, you got to focus on God. And he didn't always show me the feelings that I wanted to feel. And he was really just shutting me out because he knew I could be so much more if I was moving for God. So I still do the same things, but my intent is so much differently. Right. Even with my meditation event, I charge people $50 an hour to do their meditation counseling. And I thought that I was going to charge for this event this morning. But God told me, how you going to charge people to get in contact
something
with
I give to you for free.
Something I give to you for free. So it really just came back to the full circle. Like, you gotta do what God has you to do, and what God did for me this morning. I didn't charge people, but the relationships and the networks that I acquired this morning from people who I had never met in person, who showed up for me, it was so much more impactful and so much more powerful and beneficial to me. So that's just how God works in my life.
Right. So as far as
I'm running for president.
Real quick, something you were talking about, and I'm gonna let you jump right in. What if they don't believe in Jesus? What if they believe in Buddha? And meditation isn't a term used just for Christianity, right? Right. So what if someone says, "Hey, look, man, I like the vibes you putting out. I just want to be there, but not so much to worship one deity or any deities, but just to be there for the positive energy." Is that something you also invite?
So absolutely. One thing, first of all, I'm not a Christian-based meditation group, which means like I welcome words from basically because we all live by different principalities, right. And you want people to feel welcome. The reason people don't go to church is because they feel unwelcome by the church. Right. I would hate for anybody to feel unwelcome. We have people of different deities or there today, right. Yeah, and it was very important for me that everybody is included. One thing about energy is men lie, women lie, and nowadays with Trump in the office, numbers lie too.
Real quick. Men don't lie though. Real quick, men don't lie, but continue.
Okay. He's lying right now as we speak.
Never lie.
I've never known him to lie.
But who?
If you have a penis, you don't lie. But continue what you were saying.
He lying. He's lying right now, saying the men don't lie. But one thing that don't lie is your energy. That gut feeling and butterflies, all those things that you feel. That stuff don't lie, that's called discernment. It's how we pick up on what's good for us and what's bad for us. and we want to be able to move that way, you know. So for me, what I realized today is everybody, I asked people questions today about, before we started, I said, what is it? I had everybody write down on a piece of paper, what is it that you hope to acquire from today? What is it that you hope to gain from today? So before we went into meditation, I read everybody's piece of paper out loud. And I asked them if they agreed to acquire that, then to raise their hand. So in the beginning,
if they agreed,
yeah, like if they if you wanted to acquire peace, you know, if peace is one of the things you came here for, raise your hand. Gotcha. You know, so I had everybody raising their hand, but in the beginning, nobody was really
trying to raise their hand.
Not even
afraid to get judged.
They was afraid to get judged, or just didn't come for that.
Right.
You know, maybe I already got peace. I ain't come for that. I came for something else. Right. You know,
just a yoga pants.
And it's just like, you know, but like, you know, I had everybody, it would be like 4 people or 3 hands or 5 hands, and it was about 12 of us there. You know, so in the end, after meditation, now at this point, everybody's energy, because we've been sharing this space, is connected. Energy don't lie, and energy can't be lost. It can only be transferred.
Ooh.
Right?
Those are school again.
So
physics.
So when we were done, you know, and I asked everybody the same questions, I pulled the same pieces of paper back out the box, and I said, "How do y'all feel? Do you feel like you acquired any peace? Do you feel like you acquired any calmness?" And everybody's hand went up on the same thing, and it brought everything back to full circle to it, as though we all are the same thing.
Right.
We're all spiritual beings, you know, and we all just have to connect into that third eye and connect with ourselves in order to be like.
Right now, you're resonating with me right now.
Right, exactly.
It's Sunday, y'all. It's Sunday, y'all, for real.
Now, what about the 7 o'clock thing, though?
So the 7 o'clock thing. Let me tell
you. I be wanting to find peace, but my bed feels more peaceful.
At 7 o'clock, you know what I'm saying? So let me tell y'all, I have a problem. I have a problem getting up. Right. In the morning. But let me tell y'all, the 7, 8, and even for myself, like I'm like, yo, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna go early, I'm gonna go meditate, I'm just gonna be early, and I'll never make it out till 12 or 1 o'clock, you know. And one thing that God kept putting on my heart, He said, I need, you know, for some people, this was their first experience of meditation. It's hard to concentrate and learn how to focus when there's so much things going on around you, and the world is so noisy. At 7 a.m. And really, I would prefer to go early. In my own, now I get up at 4 to make sure that I can speak to God and hear God for what He needs for me today.
Go downtown. Find a let out for like Moe's, Moby's, or wherever people hanging out at, and just start there.
And be like, yo, come on, follow me. You know, follow me. No, but seriously, that's when
do it, though.
That's when the world is most quiet, you know. And everybody was able to give their testimonies today, and everybody was like, yo, I was not trying to come because it was 7 in the morning. Everybody had trouble getting out of bed, but by divine intervention, everybody still made it. Right. You know, so. It's almost just like, yo, just put it out there. You know, put the energy out there. Pray on that 7 a.m. Pray on it for yourself. Because my baby cousin didn't get to me till 1:30 in the morning.
Baby cousin?
Yes.
Baby cousin?
Baby cousin's in the building. But she didn't get to me until 1:30 in the morning. You know, so I was up waiting on her. And then I had to get back up. Our alarm started going off at 4 o'clock, 3:30. Because that's what time I needed to get up in order to start meditating and preparing for 7 a.m. You know, so I thought that it would have been harder, you know, but the fulfillment that I got out of it and the assignment that I had on my life for that, you know, it was like, I got to get up and go work for the white man at 7 a.m. I could damn sure get up to go talk to God at 7 a.m. You know, so I had to really just push myself in that manner and just be disciplined and obedient. One thing about me, like, as y'all see, like, I've acquired a whole lot since the last time y'all saw me, you know, and I can't pray my way into my blessings. I can only obey my way into my blessings. You know, so if I'm not obedient and doing what God tells me to do, He's not going to give me what it is that I think I need anyway. You know.
So when are you going to have your own church? Because I'm ready to come. Before we go to the next one, I didn't want to cut you off. You had something you wanted. You remember what you said, or you forgot it? So you got to remember next time. I'm trying to pull
write it down.
But yeah, I know, right? But no, I'm gonna have a question at any given point in time.
Perfect segue then. It was some correlations you were talking about. Sometimes having to do something that you don't want to do but pays off a lot. That goes right to your super fitness training. With fitness, a lot of times you got to put in that work when you don't want to do it. Talk about more about that, and how you help your clients as a super. This motherfucker say super trainer.
So let me explain to y'all what a super trainer is, right?
Creative little motherfucker.
I'm a super trainer mainly because my favor has opened more doors for me than anything else. It wasn't enough certifications that I could get that would give me the opportunities that I've had in this fitness world. But I don't just train and dance. I train young women on how to fight and self-discipline and self-defense. Also, I'm a dancer, so choreo and doing things like that.
Oh, they call it choreo?
They call it choreography, not twerking.
But the nickname is choreo?
Yeah.
I just learned something.
You didn't know that?
Fuck no, but it's hard though. Choreo. I'm gonna do some choreo and shit.
I go to the studio.
Instead of cardio, it's
Yeah, choreo.
Instead of cardio, it's choreo.
Did you think about that yet?
I didn't think
Nigga, you
about
ain't think about that.
He dropped his bomb.
That new choreo shit.
Wait a minute. I want 0.01% on that
You
choreo.
can get that. You deserve it. You worked hard for that. It's all yours.
Okay.
No, but
opened.
Honestly, when I first got into training, it was for my own relief. I was dealing with depression.
Amen.
I was dealing with anxiety. I was dealing with my own weight that wasn't always physical. So training opened up, just working out opened up a door for me to release a lot of those endorphins and a lot of those energies. But what it turned into was, I love these people. I'm meeting all these different types of people every single day. And
you gotta tell the truth though. You hate when you be telling people what to do and they go home.
They
eating chips. They be buying.
Yo, what I hate is that.
I hate
the
that
phrase
shit.
I can't.
Oh my God! When I tell you, I've been telling one of my
I know you
clients
didn't
up
say
all
it.
week,
I know you
and I'm
didn't say
not
that.
gonna mention her because I know she watching and I know she gonna see it for herself.
All right, don't
But
mention it. What's her first and last name?
I'm glad that you said it so that she understands it. But
Go ahead.
we are capable of so much. So don't sit here and tell me what you can't do. I got clients bigger than you, clients, going through more stuff than you.
Exactly.
That ain't here pushing their hardest, giving me an extra rep. I don't want to hear it. It's how bad do you want it?
Right.
Let's find you a new motivation because the one you have right now isn't motivating you bad enough.
Right, exactly. And I mean, as far as like, I know that I deal with that to a certain
Marvin's a
degree.
trainer if you don't know.
So
Yeah.
See the gun.
Yeah.
Did I interview you?
What?
No, that was Caleb. Sorry.
No,
All right,
you
sorry.
didn't.
I'm sorry. I was getting in my bag a little bit too much. My ego got in the way. My bag. My ego got in the way. I did try to put you in my pocket.
But I guess to a certain degree, I know like for me, like when I watch clients work sometimes, like when you watch your clients work and they're putting their all effort, do you feel like you have I guess somewhat of a calling to try to pull that potential that they have within them out during your training sessions?
Absolutely. I think that for one, when you spend time with people, relationship is the most important thing. Like how we feed off of each other, how we trade and transfer that energy. Because I don't just do something for them; they do something for me. So I need to make sure that everything that I put into them, I need to make sure that they come back to me in some way, shape, or form. So when I do see their potential, I do have to remind them of it.
Right.
Because for so long, for most people, this whole training transformation, most people don't get into it to just look better. Most people get into it because they want to feel better. They want to be better as a person. So whatever it is outside of training, we counselors.
Right.
We sitting there having sessions outside of telling you to push up. Like, come on, I need you to push up because listen. What if your daughter was, you really gotta play that X factor, to a full extent. Being able to do that, and counsel to these people, because most, let's be honest, in the Black community, they scared of counseling. They scared to seek counsel and they scared of therapy, and we need it. So the truth is, like, we got to make sure that we're pouring into each other,
right.
and that we also are allowing things to be poured back into us, because we can't drain ourselves out.
Right.
So you like to pray? Did you say any prayers for your answers for these topics this morning?
Let me tell y'all,
we didn't touch on another topic. Her celebrity hosting.
Okay. We can touch on it.
And that's the last one. That's the last one.
Okay.
So we're gonna touch on that a little bit.
Tap it real quick.
Real quick. So one last thing. You kind of maybe explained it, but so regular fitness trainer and super, would you say it's just the amount of time you really invest outside of just reps and sets? You really giving counseling. You're really there for the
absolutely.
spiritual. Is that what makes you super?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's what you're gonna get. You ain't just coming to get a regular weak ass workout to sweat your little stinking ass cheeks.
You getting the
you get mental.
You get
that intangible.
You getting that.
Jeanette said quiet. I said Frank.
Yeah.
Pull that out my ass. All right. Celebrity host.
It was already in here.
It was already given to you.
It was already given to you.
The choreo, how you say it?
Choreo.
And the celebrity hosting.
All right, so I am currently a background dancer for Ashley T. Moore.
Okay.
Most of you might remember Ashley from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. But Ashley, she's doing a lot of hard work right now, a lot of behind the scenes, and really just trying to bring back her artistry into this industry. One thing about me is, like I said, I operate on assignment. I'm not dancing for you if I don't like your energy. One thing I love about Ashley is that she's eager to just really give people what they deserve. Let it be us who need rest, or us that need our money when our check's supposed to get cut, or even just making sure that we ate, when we're with her. And she's the same way with her music and with her brand. Like she's,
take care of people.
I want people. I want to give the people what they deserve. Right. So that part I just admire and love about her so much. So it's easy for me to leave work after 8-10 hours and go to the studio for 4 at 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock in the morning.
Because it's filling your cup up. It's not taking it out.
It's filling my cup up. Just being able to have that type of influence around me. And then the company that I work for with celebrity hosting is called Icon Entertainment.
I've seen it.
Icon has been around for a long, long time. Tracy has put in a whole lot of work for Icon. And just being able to insert myself into an industry where energy isn't always at its finest. Or even a lot of fake energy, a lot of negative energy. Just being able to, her giving me that opportunity to bring myself into that and insert myself and just be myself in the industry. But she has, like I said, I don't always post pictures about who I'm with or, what's going on.
Right.
But she puts a lot of work in. Right now, she's actually planning. Tracy used to own the Dubai Club. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Dubai.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Dubai was the first club in Baltimore to start bringing in celebrities. So Tracy, she's actually having a big Dubai reunion coming up on July.
We get invites. We get
y'all can come. Well, I'm gonna talk to Tracy.
Tracy, please.
Tracy, get my guys.
Come on,
my guys.
We're guys.
And you come on the show.
Yeah, no, seriously. But Tracy has been a pioneer in this game for a long time. And she's helped a lot of people insert themselves into this industry. So just being able to have her mentorship and her, learn from her and have that tutelage, that's been an amazing opportunity for me too. So I've been hosting celebrity parties for her. So we handle the VIPs, the tables, making sure everybody's taken care of, making sure these bottle girls doing their job, stuff like that. And that has just been a fun experience for me. Forget everything else. I've had a grand old time. To be absolutely, for real, to be absolutely honest, I done met some people, ran into some people I didn't think I was gonna meet in this lifetime.
Real.
Absolutely.
Like us.
Just like y'all.
Just
like y'all.
Gang.
We ain't special.
No, not at all.
So, Denzel, do your segue.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
All right, hold up. Let me pray.
Wait a minute.
Because I'm trying to tell y'all.
I'm gonna go right into it.
This is for my live. Y'all, I'm on Not Safe for Ears podcast, okay?
We gonna say some shit.
They gonna say some things and ask me some things, and I really need y'all to pray for me, all right? Because I'm not ready.
She ain't got no choice. All right, so before Denzel goes into it,
no, she segued it perfectly.
Yeah,
she did.
But it's okay. We'll give you another shot to see if you can beat it. All right.
All right.
But as far as your choreo or choreography that you do, where did you get the feed and the for doing that? What made you jump into that?
It really, I'm a dancer.
You always been dancing?
I got the moves.
She got the juice, y'all.
And the thing is, it might not always look like the best choreography, but that's when I feel the most free, when I'm dancing. And that was something I had to get back to. I've been dancing since I was 2 years old. next door neighbor, she ran a dance school. Most people are familiar with it if you're a prominent dancer in Baltimore. And it was the Vase Christian Ballet School. And she took me at 2 years old, and she put me into her school. And I was doing everything. I haven't had an off season yet. All right. No, but seriously, DeVay, she introduced me to dance, and I've loved it ever since. And for a while, I took a break from it. I was overweight. I was dealing with taking care of everybody else and everything else. And everybody else's feelings and passions, and making sure that I poured into them. And for me, dance was always mine. So just being allotted that opportunity to get back into it, and to do dance, and that it also opened me up for other things. So the choreo part, I do private parties now, like heel classes, chair classes. I have my own thing that I kind of implemented called Sexercise.
I remember that. This shit is actually it looks challenging. It doesn't look like it's easy.
It's not easy because
what is this?
Sex ain't easy, y'all.
Sex is easy.
Well, with me. You know how we not me and you, but I got you.
When you do that, you didn't do nothing. Like sex is just not an easy thing. It's not easy to be comfortable with. A lot of women aren't comfortable with it because they're not comfortable in their abilities and what it is that they look like. So for me, it was more so an empowerment thing versus actually teaching them certain moves and and putting repetition to those moves. And I was building their confidence. So then when you get back home to your man,
and you pull that pipe out, right?
Yeah.
And you just take it all out. You just take it.
But
you learn it in your class.
It really makes women just a lot more comfortable with themselves and their abilities. So that's why I did it. And that's I do privates. The class was pretty good. I did it.
Have you cousin off camera? Have you been to the class? No. You haven't.
My cousin is just moving back to Baltimore from Philly.
She's
in Philly. She's at LaSalle getting her master's.
Hey! So you paying bills and all?
Are you comfortable with your Sexercise that you don't?
Yeah, you don't need the sex because you good.
I'm good.
Damn! She got a master's in Sexercise. But everybody else with y'all weak ass vaginas and penis. Can men come too? Can men come too?
Men definitely can come.
We should go one day.
Well, first of all, I don't teach it anymore. I only do privates. Now listen, the thing is everybody's like, you talk about God, you talk about your alignment. How you out teaching a Sexercise class? And what people don't understand was that woman's empowerment part. The place where I taught it at is a store called Lust to Love. And it's in Parkville on Taylor Avenue. It's a sex store, but more importantly, it's a woman's empowerment place. Right. It's women go to feel empowered. Let it be sexually, let it be mentally, let it be physically. It was a place of all things where women could commune and come to feel empowered.
Can you elaborate on that? How they go there to feel empowered? And I'm not saying they shouldn't. I'm saying I'm interested in that.
Self-image.
That confidence, self-esteem, that build-up.
Just the build. First of all, just the transparency that we were able to communicate with one another, like. Transparency saves lives. It makes women comfortable to live in their own skin, to be who they are. If you see me on Instagram with all this Instagram makeup, and you only see me in a certain light, and you don't know that I had to go through some shit, to grow through some shit to get to where I am, then you're not gonna really understand. What it is that I actually do. So when I talk about empowering women, it was that type of place, where it is that type of place where you can go and transform your mind, transform your body, and just transform who you are as a woman. And that's because other women are around you telling you, like, it's okay to be like this. Like, it's okay to move like this. It's okay to feel these things.
If you're not the best dancer or the best performer, it's okay. You are your performer.
So it was definitely like that.
Perry says some people shouldn't move with their whack asses. All right.
Just give up, yo.
Listen. Jazz will help you. So I feel like first of all, what Denzel would say, just to further echo upon that, I feel like I've learned a lot more than you.
Yeah, like it's a lot.
And this is what I think is really important.
I'm going to bring it all together.
I'm going to Sexercise. We're gonna have to. How about We bring sexercise back. They're not safe for air conditioning.
We'll do it. We'll do it.
God.
They gonna do it with shirts off. I'm gonna have my.
Yes,
I'm
put
gonna have
the
a
joint
onesie on.
with the thong and.
No, that's him. That's him.
That bull
I'm
rag.
a hell no. I feel like we learned a lot about you, and I feel like the energy you're putting out there should be replicated.
Yeah.
People should be.
And I think
real.
that people should really pay attention to that word energy too, because you got to understand that you know, the mind and your emotions, a lot of that stuff is actually a known fact that it's a frequency and it literally is a vibe.
Picked up
So
on.
yeah, it can literally get picked up on. So you got to understand, like you said, the energy has to be transferred. So what you put out there, you're initially going to get back. So remember that energy is a big play in your life. You know what I mean? Whether it's positive or negative, you know, you just never know. So you just got to always be on your P's and Q's, be mindful of the energy that you're putting out there.
And just to really just touch base on energy, a lot of people don't understand as well. Energy isn't just who you surround yourself around, it's what you surround yourself around. Because your ears and your vision and your feelings of things are all being able to be tapped into that energy. So you have to be mindful of the kind of music you listen to. I don't want to hear about nobody fucking bitches all day long.
Oh, come on.
You know,
That's
but
the best
it might be able to turn me up, right? But if I gotta listen to some rap, I'd rather listen to J. Cole or Nas or Kendrick.
You like
know,
Nas'
some
album?
people, I love Nas' new album.
You
My
do?
man,
I'm not
like,
the biggest Nas fan, but Nas' new album is that.
I love Nas' new album. Like, I had to keep telling my friend, like, play that one again. Rewind it back. Hold up. I got to get out the car real quick, but I need you to pause it. Like, you know, because, like, Nas really just, Nas, like, he's in tune with himself. He's in tune with what his alignment, you know.
Right, what's better, Nas' new album or Pusha T new album?
That's a trick question.
No, it's not a trick question.
I felt like it was a trick question.
They both were produced by Kanye. They both got 7 tracks. They both came out in.
Nas is Nas and Pusha T is Pusha T, people. Like,
but Drake better than both of them.
Who? That's some light skin shit. That was so light skin. He seemed light skin. That's
Hold on, wait a minute. Light skin? You like?
Nigga, you the lightest skin. You with me? What you talking about?
No, but that was some light skin shit.
That's some light skin shit.
I think
That
we
was
should probably jump
definitely
into the questions.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
It is what it is.
Yeah, you up?
All right, y'all.
You up?
I'm up.
It might just be some regular shit.
Yeah, we might tap some more into your. We might tap.
I just
into
want
your
to
third
fix
guy.
some
Chill shit in there.
No, I'm cool. I'm cool with everything. I'm down with everything.
Is this nostalgia?
I like the reputation we're building, fellas. I like they gotta come on and go like, damn.
Yeah, they gotta know.
Yeah.
Real quick before we do a question. Styles' new album. Did anybody listen to it?
I have not.
No.
You said who?
Jesus
Styles?
Christ, guys.
Sorry.
I don't like rap black
Styles.
guys.
I didn't know you
I
got
don't
the album.
like rap black guy.
I'm like behind.
I don't like rap black
behind
guy.
Rap shit.
Hey yo.
Fucking rap shit,
Nah,
bro.
I don't like rap black guy.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. So he don't like when you read over the show. I'm sorry.
Can't stand that.
I be want to see the person.
In school, I used to be like, I used to write on my paper. My teacher used to come over top of my. Sorry. I'm like, can I help you? They're like, yeah, I'm just taking a look. Nah, I don't like that. All right, so how do you feel about Kim Kardashian taking a stance and meeting with Donald Trump? Woo, that was good.
That was a dope ass question. You thought we was gonna talk about ass eating. We will. But we read it one more time because I kind of interrupted. What was it in Kim Kardashian?
Right, so, how do you feel about Kim Kardashian taking a political stance and meeting with Donald Trump?
The pros and cons.
So like I told you all, the world judges you off of your appearance. God judges you off of your intentions. The world judges you off of your appearance. God judges you off of your intentions. I don't know what her intentions were. I didn't pray about it. I didn't think about it. But knowing just Kim Kardashian and just how she moves, so I pray that her intentions were well. I pray that she did it because she understood how prevalent her influence was in the world and how many people do look up to her, and how much of a powerhouse she actually is, because she is one. There's not a way she is who she is without being a powerhouse and without God having something on her. Right. I just hope that whatever it is that he does have on her, that she's using it for good intent and not for her own.
Well, she's getting somebody else out.
Somebody did get out.
She got the lady out.
And with every
She
person
working on
that
another
come
person.
out, another goddamn one goes in.
The system.
Right.
And that's why we blame the white man. What y'all think about it?
Oh, how I feel about it? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, it kind of shocked me at first, but like she said, you know, I'm not the biggest Kardashian fan. However, I am a fan of some of her work because she does try to, from my understanding, she does try to put back a lot into community and, you know, feminine stuff like that, help women with confidence and everything like that. So I'm hoping that, you know, whatever she was trying to get in that office, I hope that it, you know, it made a substantial amount of difference. And like you said, she was able to get somebody out. So I hope that she can actually continue to use that platform for good.
Did a good job.
So if she continues to do that, then I feel better about it. I actually feel, you know, great about it because that's what the world needs. The world needs to see some kind of change start taking effect and somebody start, you know, standing up for something. You know what I mean? Like,
and she's proven that you can do all these different things. You can be a woman who's, you know what I mean, sexual, take ass shots, selfies, all this stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean, and then still touch the political game and do it with the
Not
good intent
or
and actually like make that shit happen.
Right.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It proves everything you kind of started out saying.
right. Yeah.
I hate the Kardashians. No. I feel like talking about what you were saying. I don't know her, but at the end of the day, somebody got reunited with their loved one.
For sure.
And a lot of times you look at things from a macro thing, like what's the catch to this? What was the big thing? But at the end of the day, somebody was reunited,
Right.
and they get to live their last years outside of a fucking hellhole.
Right.
The system has its problems. The administration has its problems. Social media, all that. But at the end of the day, it was good work.
I'm good at
And
it.
it was cool.
Yeah. Next topic.
Next topic. We wrapped that up.
Roll. Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Look for that ass. Look for that ass eating topic.
He's upset.
Why you look over there, cousin? Ain't nothing over there. She's like, I'm about to get the fuck up out of here.
The closest exit. Hold up. Can I make it through the door?
Lock the door.
Without tripping over the cord? All right. So, people, make sure y'all go to Not Safe for Ears page. DM us questions.
Oh, yeah, send us questions.
We have the email, notsafeforears@gmail.com. Jazz, you want to handle one more time before I go into the next question?
I am at Jasmine, Jasmine, or Chiara, Chiara on Instagram and on Facebook.
It's pronounced Chiara, though. Right.
It's pronounced Chiara, people. Like Christmas. Yeah, you guys can follow me, keep up to date with everything it is that I do. We are starting the But God movement. These t-shirts can be found at Lavish Details by Lucy on Instagram. So make sure that you guys follow her and place your orders
They all in pink?
for this. But no, we can get whatever color you need. Everything's personalized. So seriously, make sure you guys follow her and order your shirts because this is a movement. We got to remember to incorporate God in everything that we do if we want to be fruitful. I tell people all the time, if man's success looks like a pyramid, God's success looks like a tree. You know, they always tell you how lonely you get at the top, that people going to fall off, and it looks like, you know, it's just you at the top. But when you operating on God's assignment, He gives you discipline. You got that foundation, which is your roots, you know, and He gives you that discipline. And before He even allows you to branch out, He wants you to be aligned in Him. That's why the tree got to grow up first, and then the tree will grow out, you know, and He starts to provide you relationships through these branches of people that will be there for some part of your lifetime. But, you know, like storms come and like seasons change, you know, the branches might fall off eventually, you know, but then they got these leaves who come in seasons, you know. So the But God movement is definitely a movement, and I want you guys to all get your shirts from Luke at Lavish Details.
Oh, they ain't no $25,000 shirts, is there?
No, not at all.
I'm about to say, yeah, support.
No,
You click that link, you like, what the fuck?
They're very affordable.
You get that.
Very, very affordable.
I hope this question is sexualized.
Subscribe on YouTube. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Down iTunes, Spotify, and SoundCloud. All right, so going into the next question. Thank you all for viewing. Drake's Scorpion album comes out in less than a week. How good do you anticipate it being?
Ooh, I want to go first. Since Drake is better than every other rapper ever. Light skin. I think it's going to be good. All right, let's just jump to the motherfucking what we really want to talk about. I want to see if he's gonna respond to Pusha in any type of way.
That's
but I'm not even listening to none of that. If it says like love, I'm skipping it. If it says like party, I'm skipping it.
When it says like truth talk,
don't push me or some foreshadowing, I'm listening to that one. I'm hoping. We know Drake gonna do Drake. Drake gonna give you the party joints. He gonna give the girls for the ladies. He can get. I want that smoke.
Yeah, I'm waiting on a response. So and Drake moves so much differently than everybody else because he's so meticulous with how he moves. Like he really plans out his movement. He ain't just throwing it out there. He used the 10-second rule all the time. Like I'm gonna think about this before I say it. And he does. So I'm really, really excited and to see how he responds to Pusha because we all been waiting on it.
You guys are prisoners of the moment.
Fuck you!
You guys are prisoners of the moment. Watch what's about to happen, right? He's gonna drop this bitch on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna have 5 singles in the top 10 on Billboard.
Drake gonna do Drake.
You know what I'm saying?
Drake gonna do Drake.
Everybody's gonna.
He's breaking.
Everybody's gonna be. He gonna give you one of them joints for the club, one for the beach, 2 for your girl, 1 for you to cry because you just had a breakup. You know what I'm saying? And then we gonna all forget about the push.
No, we ain't.
I'm telling you. I bet you.
No, we not. You is.
I'm betting you.
I feel that. I feel that.
No,
my energy ain't feeling it. But I feel it. But he gonna put some shit out for pushing. Like he's putting it out there.
Oh, he definitely gonna do it.
And that part is gonna excite us. We're gonna still love the album.
No, we're not, because we're gonna be like, yo, he should have said this shit. He was gonna say that.
He should have said this.
He said all that.
You gonna bring out my son, nigga? Sorry.
What you think? So, I think the Drake album, I think it's gonna be another classic. I mean, Drake is Drake. He's a classic banger. You know what I'm saying? Now to go into that whole Pusha T response, I heard that he had already had a track together.
Jay Prince said cut that shit out,
and he said, "Nah,
don't." Jay Prince wouldn't let it out,
and he didn't put it out. So the question is how bad is that diss track?
That shit coming out one day, yo. It's coming out one day, yo.
How bad is that? And if he didn't do it then, I don't feel like he's gonna feel obligated to do it for his album.
I think he fucked Pusha T baby mama. Jay Prince is alluding to the fact that it was some like, if you just drop this shit, somebody was gonna get shot. Somebody's gonna get shot. And they want to know my car. Like, yo, you talking shit? I smashed your baby mama. That's why
your child is my child.
That's why I don't think he's gonna
now what?
That'd be the worst thing that could happen.
My son is by your baby mama, now what?
So we all agree it's gonna be hot, but I think for it to really do his thing, he has to somewhat respond.
Yeah.
So he has to somewhat respond, but I don't think he is. I think he's gonna pull a Beyonce and Jay.
I'm sorry, it was deep.
All right, so next topic. You're hanging out at night with your fiance and your ex cross paths for the first time. Someone asked to take a picture with both of them out at the same time. How do you see this going?
What was the last part? Someone what?
Somebody asked to take a picture and they both took a picture together. Like, how do you see this going?
My ex and my fiance?
Yeah, you with your fiance. Mm-hmm. Walking past, y'all out, y'all hanging out at the bars or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, ex.
Somebody,
I gotta put it in a vision.
Somebody they taking pictures with your fiance. They just grab your ex out the sky and just be like, come on, man, take this picture. Now,
to take the picture or to get in the picture?
To get in the picture.
Okay.
I'm confused.
So it's kind of loaded.
It's kind of loaded, right?
Awkward.
Me personally, it definitely creates an awkwardness. My ex makes me awkward feeling anyway.
Right.
Let alone.
This happened to me last night.
It just happened to you last night. That's correct.
That's why your ex is in the photo.
In the photo.
This is
right
why we
next to
thought
process, ladies and gentlemen.
How did you just get to the photo?
What I just said happened is exactly what happened.
So you and Chris was walking. I'm a little confused. Before you jump
Marvin was there. He can tell you. Let him tell you.
So how did it happen?
Well, we were all walking down the street, right? Walking down the street.
We were all.
And next thing you know, it's like, he's like, yo, that's my ex. And then next thing you know, it's like they know each other and all that kind of stuff.
They didn't know each other. Nobody knew each other.
So I don't.
That's even more weird.
Haley grabbed her out the blue and was just like, "Come take this pic with us."
Fuck you, Haley.
Yeah, Haley. Like, what? That was so weird, Haley.
Haley didn't know.
I love you.
Haley didn't know what.
She knew. Her energy was fucked up. Haley energy was fucked up.
Does Haley follow you on Instagram?
Yo, Haley never seen it. Yeah.
Haley used to meditate.
She's not even on Instagram.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now, see,
that's weird.
I don't even know.
I'm awkward enough having to take a picture with my ex, let alone my ex's new. You know, so.
No, I wasn't in the picture.
Yeah,
I wasn't getting in that picture.
But since you piped them both down so good, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. They hopped in the fucking photo because they know what time it is. Both mine.
You probably sitting there like, it's all coming together.
It's all coming together.
The master plan.
Alright, so now you answer that shit because I don't even know how to get it.
I don't really, I mean, like I said, like my ex's interaction is awkward enough for me, let alone interaction with his, ex or even his new fiance, depending on, you know, which way that table went.
Right.
You know, I don't know.
Of what?
I don't know.
That's weird, right?
It's kind of weird, but I have a child. You know, I have an 8-year-old.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
he's not 8 yet. He'll be 8 when he comes back from Florida.
Oh,
yes.
Everybody
Yes.
go off.
Oh.
I ain't saying all he a hooper.
I ain't saying
Yes.
He 8 years old. He ain't no baby.
But, you know, like my dynamic is a little different because my dynamic depends on the health and the wellness of my son.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't have reason. I don't have room to be petty about things or to really put my own feelings into things. I don't have that space, you know, because I need that person also helps to raise my son. You know, and she
you
has
think your son got like jerked off yet?
no. I pray to God. I pray to God. I pray to God. Everybody, let's go.
Look, we alright, so look. I know this nigga, but I ain't know he was gonna go there.
No, he was sitting here being so understanding this whole time. And letting this be ratchet. That was crazy. But no, I pray to God.
Everybody just look at this.
I pray to God.
Everybody look at this real quick and go like this.
Yo, what's the probability he's got jerked
Don't
off?
even say that. Just shake your hand.
Don't even say anything. Don't think about it. Look,
I'm not going.
I'm thinking it's a 20% chance he's probably already got it.
Not a 20%.
What part of Florida did you go?
That's a big deal. That's a big deal.
No, I really don't like that. I really don't.
He got jerked off.
At all.
No.
If he went to Miami.
Right. It's starting at 5 down there.
Oh, wow.
I don't like y'all.
Oh, shit. So I told you it was going to be crazy, but I...
Nah, it's
Alright, so it would be awkward. What y'all think about that? Not the jerking off part. Not jerking off part. We all did that shit. You talking about the ex pop up, they hop in the photo.
I
I still don't understand
how I see it. There's a fight breaking out. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, with your wife?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay, we
Fuck
can't
yeah.
do
I'm going that
Fuck
pick.
yeah.
I think it's a fight breaking out. They
Well, look.
try to get in the same picture. I mean, first of all, it's going to be awkward, just in general, just in passing. You know what I mean? But then taking a picture, and then it's like.
Do they look happy to see each other? They look like they like.
That's that white girl.
Chris
shit.
is not happy.
Chris like she wants to choke her.
Chris
She
is
like,
not happy at all.
Might choke
Like
her.
one
Yeah,
thing,
keep that real.
Chris is not happy
No, at all.
Like she is faking.
She's being
Oh, she faking for real.
She's faking.
They both might choke each other right there. You never know.
Yeah, Chris
She's
bad.
like,
Chris bad though.
She's like clenching her, she's like clenching her teeth, like, hey, this bitch show me the picture. You know, like that is so no.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that situation anywhere like for me.
And-
Just.
And it also depends on how far that ex. You know how long ago.
How long ago was it?
Yeah, we met Damon's fucking ex last.
I'm glad I ain't come out with you niggas last
X
night.
night.
I ain't knew no X night last night.
X-midnight.
What? Hey, you listen.
It was
My
crazy.
wife, crazy as shit. She done got fucked up. I done got fucked up. You done got fucked up. You done got fucked up. We all done got fucked up. What kind of? That's some white girl shit. Y'all know I love everybody. I'm 25% white or something. I don't know. Ain't no way you gonna have
Shit, nigga, look
in the photo like this. Shit, more than like.
Boy, go get the fuck out of that picture.
Hell yeah, like, we ain't doing that shit.
Yeah.
No,
That would have been. I'm glad it was my girl and not either one of y'all.
Yeah,
What's the
Listen,
self-control?
my girl would have
I'll
been
leave that
off.
all the way south.
She be like, I ain't take no photo with that bitch.
Loud as shit.
Now,
baby.
now
I was like, boy, you got me all the way
See,
fucked up.
that's how.
you bailing them
You better both out. Not bailing them both out though.
All right.
That's more trouble.
I wish you would bail them bitch out.
out.
Leave her ass in there.
We got a
we about to go into the next topic, right? But Nick got to pull it up real quick.
Oh, shit. Just talk amongst yourself while I get this real quick.
All right, so make sure y'all follow us on Instagram, Not Safe for Ears. Make sure you go to iTunes, download Not Safe for Ears, spread the word, please. We don't get paid for doing this or anything like that. We do this because we want to open people's third eye, and we like to have fun. Yeah. But we do like to give you a different kind of thought process out there. And our guest is
At Jasmine JASMINE _CHIARA Jasmine Chiara, not Chiara.
You good at that, yo.
Yeah, I don't know how to spell my name.
Right.
I was like, just find me on whatever the fuck you find me at.
Yeah, the whole time I'm like Denzel. Yeah.
Hey,
Skywalker.
y'all make sure y'all DM her all your sexercise routines, and then she can grade them for you. Okay.
Don't DM me.
Real quick, while I flip for this question, Kegling. What do you make the pussy tighter? What's that called again?
Kegel.
And do you
noni
you help them with that?
Noni eggs.
Any type of physical fitness will help you improve your sex
How does a
game.
dude know if a girl's been Kegeling and I like?
Yes!
Like,
great
First
question.
of all, what we do in our private time is none of your goddamn
Oh.
business. No, but seriously,
sitting in mine
y'all
in the
wouldn't
boot
know.
camp,
I mean,
yo.
honestly, y'all know when it's loose and y'all know when it's tight. You know.
I thought, well, this is what I thought. When it's loose, that means it's comfortable.
Yeah, because she's opened up.
Yeah,
to you.
when it's tight.
So
Sometimes
that
it's
is
'cause
part
she
of it.
uptight,
Sometimes
she
no,
fuck-
sometimes that's part of it. But when you're intact, you're intact, regardless of how
Intact.
So
comfortable
hold on.
I am. It may feel more moist than it would,
You
but
can't say that word on this podcast.
why moist?
That's the one word you can't say on the
We don't say
podcast.
We say
sorry.
that. Slippery.
She's like, y'all motherfuckers said everything but more.
No,
What the fuck is going on with y'all?
Not slippery. No, but seriously, like that's how you guys would never really know. There are times when girls are actually kegling while they're having sex with you.
Give us the
You
scoop.
would know.
How do we know?
You would-
You
feel when it's tightening and it's
That's
pulsating on
witchcraft,
you.
yo.
That's not witchcraft. That's talent.
That's witchcraft.
That's skill.
He
That's skill, people.
You got a
Look at the finger.
He said, no, that's a trickery.
Nah, but seriously, that's how you know. And you don't always know.
All right, so I'm gonna take Nick's spot for the time being because
No,
I can't find a question.
Yeah, I can't find it.
So
You can't find that shit?
we have a question from one of the first ladies.
Do we do?
Yes, we do.
All right.
From Mo herself.
Hey, Mo.
What's
Hey,
that?
Mo.
Hey, Mo.
I mean,
hey, Mo,
It's your girl.
I wouldn't be talking to Max.
All right, so
Just so we know.
handle Momo85_.
Damn, you know my wife handle. I don't like that.
Hey, I mean she.
You be jerking off to my wife?
No, it's right here in the message.
It's right here in the messages. I got proof.
I'm sorry.
I got receipts, brother.
I'm sorry.
I'm not trying to get fucked up all set.
I'm sorry.
Jesus
All right,
Christ.
so what if a stripper had to have license to dance? Would there be less strippers? Or
Ooh, that was a great question.
Yo, your wife is a genius.
No, fuck that. I got half of that question. We talked about that. When we
No,
talked.
you didn't, motherfucker.
I swear to God, we
You
talked
would have
about
brought that on the
man.
podcast yourself.
All right, so first two-part question.
I think that needs to be instituted.
That definitely needs
What
to
if
be
strippers
instituted.
had to have a license to dance? Second part, would there be less strippers? No strip clubs.
Nigga, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was in a strip club one time. I swear.
Great question.
A woman that was like 70 years old licked me in my ear. And she was not.
How you
big.
let her get that close, my guy?
She gave you the
Thank
soda.
you.
Hold on, she gave you
I
the soda.
thought she was
What I
going
did
to
was,
give
I
a
said,
grandma hug or something.
She gave you the
I
soda.
didn't think she was real. I was like, look,
I
if
think
I
she
don't
was.
pay her no attention, she'll just disappear. She'll go away.
Oh my God! Hold up!
He looked
2
at her like she was
years
Peter
ago,
X, like,
2 years
don't
ago,
do
me
shit.
and my baby cousin is in the corner. We went to Miami and we went into a strip club and had the exact same experience. Like, yo, when is it enough? Like, how old do you have to be to retire?
I was in Miami
this
too.
business? It was the same one.
I was, yo.
What's the name of the
Yo.
what's the name of the club?
I bet it was a ghost strip club, yo.
Yo, I'm
bet
trying
you
to
was
tell
ghost
you,
strippers, yo.
like, y'all ghost strippers.
Ghost strippers.
No, but that's crazy.
So they should be maybe certified, and it should be like a
regulation.
Like, you got to be at least titties got to be at least this high or higher, right?
Nick.
Who would be the judge of
Nick
that?
is
Because
right.
that's a good question too.
They would
Because
have like a nurse.
strippers have so much grand of an audience. Sometimes I might go to see my grandmother. I might got abandonment issues for my grandmother. I might need to go see my grandmother in the strip
Mom
club.
falls and pussy smell.
Fuck
Don't
your light
work
up.
for me.
Fuck your life up, yo.
You got to separate them.
I didn't go
You gotta
back.
have all
I didn't go back.
I didn't go back to a strip club for a little while today, yo.
He fucked
Bitch,
his
you went there
life
the next
up.
weekend. He's like, I got dick for
He
that
went
granny,
back
boy.
to another
I
strip.
procrastinated
I
this
went-
week. I
He
came
went
back
to
out.
another strip club that night actually and found some more.
Nah, I came back to that same strip club.
Nasty. I think it should and it would be less. It would be less.
It would definitely be less
Yeah.
for mainly because people don't like to work for shit. That's why.
Ooh,
You know, that's why most women, and I'm not gonna say all women, because some of these strippers are ambitious as hell.
I love
and
strippers.
athletic.
I mean, look.
Yeah, real
God
athletic.
damn, let me
as
see
hell.
you like that.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, But some of them get into it for the wrong intent. You know, they think
What's the right intent?
The right intent, I don't know.
Just to make
You
money?
would have to talk to a stripper. But they're saving up. I'm trying to take care of my family, take care of my kids, make sure I get this degree. But it's not so, they just move differently. But some women get into it for the wrong things, and I think if you actually had to work for it, other than shake your ass and open your legs up, a lot more women would be challenged because they would have to use their minds.
So, just to.
So we all agree? Just wrapped it up. We all agree on that?
No, I'm not wrapping it up.
Okay.
He's still there, people.
Okay. I'm still on the old lady strippers, right?
He love these old strippers.
If the old ladies were allowed to be strippers, they also have to be able to take their dentures out. They can't have a full set of teeth.
I don't think that.
Why do I want to see that?
So basically, you're putting a scene.
I definitely don't want to see it. Yeah, maybe we should just do a senior citizen
This nigga
strip
nasty,
club.
yo.
Him and old ladies, yo. Cause remember he was trying to play.
Hey, now hold up.
Yo, he trying to
That's
play.
another rocker. He likes old ladies.
Now listen,
For the-
we talking about
for this
prostitution or
podcast.
He like
stripping?
gills.
Huh?
Because prostitution.
I'm
the
gonna
dentures
find
come
y'all
up.
an old lady stripper to come on this show.
Oh,
Yo,
boy.
please.
Yes.
Please.
Please.
Oh, yeah. Do that.
I'm finding y'all an old lady stripper to come on this
We do
show.
that.
I'm putting a GoPro on my forehead. Straight up.
Yo, on his
Can you
forehead
save
because I ain't doing
that?
that shit.
Turn it
I mean,
around and save it first.
I got you.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like
Save it first.
I do think
Up
that-
top in the corner.
Yeah, I think there would be less strippers. Just because, like she said, I mean,
It's a barrier to entry.
Yeah,
like,
it-
everybody
it-
can
Now
get
share.
Yeah, that's one thing.
Let's
And then
start
the second thing is, I mean, them actually having to show off a talent or, have to require some kind of, standards or credentials, and some of them just don't have it. And, it may be one thing for them to want to do it versus, it's just some.
Then
you
you
know,
have
some
to
extra
start a
stuff.
stripper
So-
academy too.
The strippers
Oh
have
my
everything.
God, y'all! Strippers, start a stripper academy.
No, you
dope.
start one.
That would
But
be
see,
dope.
listen,
No.
you bringing them in
That
and you
Oh
transforming
my
them.
God!
You transforming
Oh
them.
my God!
You
My
transforming
God!
them.
Ah!
You said butt gun.
Yeah.
All right, so what
My
happened?
God!
So look, we gonna have to start up the academy, right?
Yeah.
Me, Denzel, and Nick.
Hey, hold up. My wife most likely watching. We're gonna talk about this first.
We gonna talk about this as a family.
You turn
first.
60
It's
plus.
a family business, okay? Remember that.
It's all about
So
the
we're-
family.
Stripper academy.
So look,
Nick, you get 60 plus.
60 plus what? Money? What you talking about? Oh, you talking about the age?
Yeah.
Bitch, you like the old lady. I don't want the old
Yeah,
he
lady.
don't want to like to
definitely
give some shit, he gonna put it on you.
What's the cutoff age?
What is the cut? If you get AARP, you can't come.
Nigga. AARP
If you
is
on
52.
Medicare-
That's 52 years old. Some
Yeah.
bad
We don't want
There's
no
some
52.
bad 52-year-olds, Doug.
No, it's like they all on Instagram
Yo,
and they got
Look at Jada
$200.
Pinkett mother.
One,
Look at what's her name? Nicole Murphy.
two.
What?
Nicole Murphy's bad. Fuck that.
Bad as hell.
Nicole Murphy by
Yo,
herself
Angela
is good
Bassett.
enough.
Angela Bassett.
That's
Halle
it. That's all
Berry,
we got.
J-Lo.
J-Lo.
How old is J-Lo?
J-Lo
Are you
ain't
serious?
50. J-Lo ain't
J-Lo
50.
51.
No, she's not.
Alright,
Is she
she old
51?
as shit.
J-Lo,
J-Lo's
J-Lo,
old.
She 40.
Google it.
How old?
Google. Yeah.
Perry, Google it. We got Perry.
Google
Hey,
it.
pull up. We got fact check.
Pull up. all-
J-Lo is 40 something.
Right.
Actress is over 50.
Yeah, there you go.
Bad actress is over
Is
50.
that muted?
What?
Is that muted?
Yeah.
Yeah,
turn
hit
it
the
up.
button,
How you
fool.
do that?
Turn it up.
So do y'all think there would be less strip clubs too? Like, being as though they would have to get the license?
Maybe not less,
I
but
hope
the
it
quality of
wasn't muted, though.
stripperism. Stripperism quality would be raised that much
That
more.
would be
Yeah,
crazy.
Stripperism.
It would
So
be.
listen, when
It
you're
would
doing
be.
your cathedral for strippers, stripperism.
Cathedral for
Right,
sure.
right to,
Stripperism.
Yeah, you
what's
gotta
it
write
called?
it.
Like when your final
You ever heard
paper.
of
Stripperism.
And the level in which you're enlightened, the
It's a new
level in which
religion,
you're
people. Stripperism.
Stripperism.
All right.
Stripping for God.
Honestly, we gotta talk about this off.
What?
Stripper Academy.
Yeah, we
I
definitely
like
got
It's dope.
them on the.
Like slut walk.
She's over 50.
Who is?
Salma Hayek is over 50.
Salma
Damn. But see, that's Hollywood 50. Regular bro,
That
50
could be.
ain't that.
That it could
Not
be.
Bills, BG&E. That should take your everything out.
It don't have to.
Hollywood 50 different.
You ever been to the
don't
Gold
have to.
Dragon?
Okay.
Who in there 50?
There's people in there at 50. You gotta go to the daytime. See, y'all be going
See,
at night.
I go in the daytime.
Is the sex still
Go in
good?
the daytime.
Is the sex still good?
Is morning sex better than night sex?
I mean, with the 50.
Yo, fucking the Golden Dragon video service.
So we're gonna speed pass.
All right, what we got next?
We're gonna speed past Denzel and his guilt fetishes.
Guilt. Grandma.
You got it. You got it.
Yep, there we go.
Got it.
Coin that one. 2%. Thank you. Who is better in bed? People that work out heavy or singers/rappers?
What? Who could?
Let me answer.
And we can all answer this because you
We
can
all
singers
know.
because girls can be singers
And I like
they
to
can work
dance
out between
and
things.
Mhm.
Oh,
So, I'm kind of, it's
She going
crazy.
through all of that. She like, okay.
Well, the thing about
We in your
it
wheelhouse.
depends on what fulfills you, like what type of
Oral stick.
What
I see
fills
where you going.
what fills you,
Fills
like,
you or fulfills
what fulfills you and fills you.
What make you buzz?
Because because when you lay down with somebody, you pick up on their energy.
Yeah.
You know, so if you want drugs, like most rappers are on drugs, you know, but their sex
Drugs
is
make
good.
you- drugs make sex better.
Drugs make your sex better. You know, so if
You
they're on
singers make your sex
drugs, you gonna get the drugs that they got too, but you gonna get some bomb joint too. You know, so but I personally bomb
No, you
dangling.
gotta pick it.
I gotta say dangling.
Dangling. No, please say it again. Hold on.
Dangling.
Dangling.
We're
Dangling,
uncensored,
people.
ladies and gentlemen. I'm just saying.
No, but then just me being in fitness, I know for me, and I don't know how it feels on a man's part, but I
Well, it
know
feels
just
great.
me being more fit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go next because I'm the fattest.
I'm a lot more.
Hate when you
I'm
do
a
that.
lot more. My performance is a lot better. My endurance is a lot
You can
better.
throw it back at a high rate.
I know how to control all of my muscles and everything that's a part of my body. I didn't have that
Right,
control
she had that
over my
endurance.
fitness.
So your throat muscle, your ass muscle, and your vagina muscle.
Witchcraft.
Witchcraft. You got it. She not about that witchcraft. Pussycraft.
I'm celibate.
So
Okay.
So do you have like a certain neck exercise that you do?
Marvin's never went that hard. You niggas be in years. He never went like this. All right, so for me, I was fat as shit 3 years ago. I was 225. My wife is
Make sure. Give me a handle so they can go check out.
Nicky Nick with a K. I don't even know how to spell it. How you K-N-I-C-K-Y Nick.
You're gonna change your name.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
But everybody likes it that way.
But you don't even like it.
You don't even know how to spell it. I haven't tried to like it.
Exactly.
All right, next episode I'm gonna try to like it. So I was fat and it was a good 5 to 10 minutes, but it was 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Once I got my little 4-pack and then my endurance went up,
It was 10 rounds.
12 and a half minutes.
I know,
Nigga, what you
I'm
talking about? Hit it with a side stick.
But you was putting the
It's-
pressure. You was putting the pressure on when you was fat too. You probably ain't putting that kind of
No.
pressure.
It was life and death
You were
pressure. I was
putting the
dying.
pressure.
I was dying on top of her. That's a different type of pressure.
I
Now,
wasn't creating more
that's like
time.
I didn't mean to do that. I'm like, he had to because he had to because another minute or two he didn't fat up. You know, fat niggas wear t-shirts with like hooping shorts and shit. I got sandals on. When I got in shape, number one, I felt better about myself. And when you were talking about that earlier, my self-image. I would like get out shower like, damn, I look kind of swole.
I should go
I'm
do
about to
my
fuck
wife
this
right
pussy
now,
up.
'cause I'm feeling it.
And then I last longer.
Yeah.
All the way across the board. So for me, plus I ain't never fucked no singers. I would say fitness. Once you're able to, endurance is a big thing. Everybody good and anything.
When did you start filming yourself?
Yesterday. You want to see the video? Got
You
it right
wanna
here, bitch.
see
No,
it?
you want to go there? Look at this. Look at my ass.
see
My
it?
ass.
watch it too, so I don't.
I don't watch that shit, yo.
He will watch it. Just don't watch it.
Not just him,
Okay,
like,
with
by
the white
himself.
people
I
in the
know.
spaces. I love that.
Real quick. All right, listen.
Alright,
So Ricky, one of our past guests. This is we don't do this. So I'm sorry, guys.
Okay.
Fuck me about this.
Yeah.
Ricky, who you know, Ricky.
I love Ricky.
We don't do this, but Ricky shot me a text and he threw on the fan. What you and they know each
He
other.
better be on here.
He said, "How many times have you sucked his dick?" That's not what he said. That's not what he said. He didn't say that. He didn't say that. He said he knew how many times. He already knew. He said, "We got the cousin of the lamb. We got the cousin of the lamb." Go.
She's been laughing this
Good.
whole time. Y'all driving her crazy.
Hey! Make sure you share this shit because people gotta know be funny. All right, Jasmine, what's your favorite milkshake? Is that an inside joke? Is that a cum milkshake? What's this? What kind of milkshake is that? That's what he said. He said that's your man's.
Ricky, that was weird. I love Ricky. I think I talked to you a little bit of the dynamic of Ricky and I's relationship. My favorite milkshake. I'm gonna answer it the way he wants me to.
That's the inside. We love you, baby. We love you, Ricky.
All right, it's real quick and real fast. But my favorite milkshake is the one that brings all the boys to the yard. It was really just that simple.
That was cute.
Yes.
So it's not a funny.
Inside jokes, right?
Definitely not that one.
Let us in.
I'm sorry, guys. He just shot me the text. I saw. Next topic,
Hold on.
We ain't never touched
rappers or
Oh, I have to answer.
Oh, we gonna ask y'all then. Fuck it. Yeah.
We're asking baby cousin. Turn the camera.
We going off screen now.
Rappers.
She like the thug. She got a master's degree. Y'all always like the thugs.
Yes.
You like you a lie. You know you
love
like
her niggas.
I would have to agree with the endurance and the stamina.
So you think a rapper don't got stamina when he on the
Fuck
Henny?
no.
When he on that
Now
Molly,
we
man.
going autograph.
He can probably. If it's a he or she, they probably got good mouth game because they got to use and fluctuate the.
Oh.
What you say, Bird?
Can we have both?
Can we have a trainer? Can we have a so, while we're there, I'm actually a rapper. So let me go. I got some bars for y'all.
Go ahead.
I brought some bars for y'all, for real.
You really got some bars?
I really got some bars for y'all.
Not say fairs first.
Yeah.
Right.
Yo, we need a soundboard, yo.
Yeah.
You want to do it right now?
I'm gonna do it right now while we're here.
Okay.
While we're here, that way we don't.
Are these Jesus
So
bars or these Jesus bars turn up bars?
This is
It
a
can be
lot.
whatever, I just
This
wanna
is
know.
a lot. This is a
Jesus
lot.
bars?
This is a lot.
God is
Jesus.
good. God is great. I'm like, whoa.
Let us
all right,
stand before Amen. All right. This is something that recently I literally just wrote it.
Yo, got bars. Yo, what are the bars?
Can we go to after you do this, right? We gotta go to the what do you call open mic night? We gotta do that shit. I'm coming.
Yeah, my friend actually, she hosts Mellow Mondays every other Monday. And that's exactly what it is. It's open mic night. You come there, you bring your words, you bring your poetry, you bring your music, whatever it is that you are talented and you bring it. And
We all
Mellow
write something,
Mondays
right?
is really popping. Y'all gotta follow at Mellow Mondays on Instagram too. And just keep up with the events and make sure that you guys do, slide through. All right. This piece I actually wrote because I really just had to start getting honest with myself. Okay. I had to learn how to be transparent and do it in the most real and genuine way possible, just so that my transparency would be deliverance for other people. All right.
Real quick. Ricky, you ain't bring us no bars, you fuck. You fucking rapper, fuck. You
I told you I was gonna be better than you.
Jay came on the next week and brought bars.
Damn, son, she caught you slipping.
Drop them bars. And
It's cool though, Rick, because we about to tag team.
I laughed so much when Rick was on here when he said that one thing about have you ever moved a house? Oh my God, I laughed for like 10 minutes straight. I didn't stop.
Alright, so let's get bars. Do we got snap like poetry?
No, don't snap. Don't snap.
Like this?
Just vibe. Don't hit me because I'm reading and I'm using this. Alright? No beats. This is my this is my second time performing. However, the first show I aired this on hasn't been aired yet. So this is live. This will be the first time that everybody is
exclusive.
All right.
Sorry, people.
Boom. All right. I fell in love with niggas before I even knew. That ain't no love from niggas. The best love is you. Every word I said, I would just deem it true. But they were breaking my heart, and I had no clue. See, I got a glimpse of love from and to be honest, glimpses were all I knew. Thinking of sex and good times with love you cues. Like somehow it'd end up in I do's. Like if I sold myself short enough, then love might accrue. But I was sadly mistaken. I was made a fool. But I've been talking to God a lot more now. And he told me it's time to close that door now. I fell for niggas and look, I'm on the floor now. But it's only up from here. I'm ready to soar now. So thanks for what it was, but I'm in the more now. More now, more now, more now. God is love and life, and I'm sure now. He never left my side, but he my core now. I gave it all to him. It's time to pour now. Back into these same niggas, because we at war now. And we need each other more than ever before now.
Woo.
Woo. Hold up.
We Yo.
That.
Oh, let's give a clap, cuz. Let's give a
clap.
Some dogs.
We supposed to slow clap. We supposed to slow clap.
Do we so go louder? Like this? Can you stand up?
Thank you.
So, first of all,
Man,
how do you feel about niggas? How you feel about niggas?
Wait a minute. We're not gonna speed past that.
Oh.
I'm trying to do the slow class.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We were supposed to go. That's why I was like, wait a minute.
Well, let's do it again. Let's do it again.
Slow class. Slow class. So we go.
So about these pussy and fuckboy ass niggas.
No, but seriously, writing is my superpower.
Now you got some bars. First of all, you rhyme. That's the biggest thing I said. She don't rhyme.
Super jazz.
No, but seriously, writing has always been my outlet. For a long time, I wrote people's college papers, speeches, things like that. Like writing is seriously what I'm good at and what I do. And I'm able to express myself through writing.
That's dope.
That was something, yeah. Thank you for letting me share.
And it was
Thank you
substance.
for being receptive
No, it was
to
substance.
it.
That was substance too.
I want to go to this Mondays thing. What's that called?
It's called Mellow Mondays.
Mellow Mondays.
It's run by my girl at Jade the Jeweler
coming.
on Instagram. And Jade, that's my baby. She's precious. Jade just turned 25. We went out to celebrate her 25th birthday.
Oh, was she in your stories?
Yes.
Yes. What's up, Jade?
Hey, Jade girl.
Hey, Jade girl.
And Jade is just she's just such a beautiful spirit. And just a kind person. And Mellow Mondays, it was something that she loved to do. But it wasn't really just about Jade. It was about artists, and bringing other artists together that could, fulfill the vision that had been so that's my baby. I love Jade, yeah. And I met Jade through my soul soror, and my soul soror is a girl named Betty. And
Jade Claxton.
Hey, get off my phone, guys!
Jade, she's busy with somebody more fucking important. Not important. More famous.
Oh my God.
As fuck. Put him on there.
Hey, Jay.
What's up, Jay?
Jay, I'm recording at a podcast. I'm in the studio. But
what up, homie? Who the fuck is them niggas?
Hey, I'm at go on my live. We're recording live. Go on my Instagram. All right. Y'all crazy.
For real. Yo, just go from that.
He in the hotel room for real.
Y'all, all right, guys. He's in California. He's in LA. I think. But anyway, come back for first. I met Jay through my friend Betty. And Betty is my best friend. She's the best thing that ever happened to me. I thought my soulmate was going to come in the form of a man, and it came in the form of her. And by Soul Sorors, Soul Sorors is a woman support group where women can go and just be vulnerable and be transparent and help each other out. More importantly, like really support each other and what it is that they do. I don't know if y'all noticed or not, but I've been plugging the whole damn time.
That shows your energy. You're not just here for yourself.
I need my team to win. And Soul Sorors is definitely, I need everybody to follow at Soul Sorors. And Soul Sorors was created by Betty Harvin to really just be an energy of women that we weren't being treated with, we weren't being faced with for the most part. It's hard to really find a woman that's you're gonna be like, girl, it's my girl, and what she did was she opened a lot of women up to being vulnerable. Instead of being closed out and actually shutting each other out, we welcomed each other in.
I like that.
And just and when you go to college, you got fraternities and sororities and things like that. And those fraternities and sororities create you a network that literally lasts you a lifetime. You can go to a different state and be like, yo, I'm in Virginia. Which one of my frat brothers or which one of my sorority sisters got a place for me to stay? And in 5 seconds, you got a place to stay. So Soul Sorors is exactly that. But it's for people who didn't go to college to get it. It's creating a sorority amongst people. And through Soul Soror, she also partnered with a girl named Chris, and we all work together with a mental health awareness group as well. It's called Free Your Minds. And before I go, I definitely want to plug this because on Wednesday, June 27th, Free Your Minds is having an open support group to men and women. It's a mental health awareness group. Everybody needs to be there. It is co-ed. It's at Red Emma's Cafe and Library Bookstore.
Will it be?
There will be food. It is a restaurant there. It is a restaurant. It's vegan. Look at God.
No, I like vegan. I like some vegan dishes.
So,
That's when they put dirt on bread,
but
right?
that is going
Oh,
to
and,
be
Cal-
such a
grass.
powerful event. So I hope that whoever can make it, everybody is welcome to come.
Dope.
So
That's
definitely come out. It's June 27th, from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. at Red Emma's.
Nice.
You sweet.
You know what? Yo, listen.
And it's like you said, we learned like a lot of people that we.
Everybody look at it like this.
Everybody, it's funny because you know, as long as we do this podcast, you know, we've had a lot of people come on that we know. Like, you know, some people we actually kind of don't know to a certain degree, but you know, every time we get a chance to go through these kind of like either eye opener questions or you know whether we're just doing an interview, you know, we see it's a lot of good things out there for people. And you know, by you spreading the word, you know, for all the people that you're connected with and everything like that, like, you know, that's definitely a big thing in our community, and that's what we need. So, make sure you show that love and compassion for other people. And like you said, what day is it?
Sunday.
Sunday.
The Lord's. Oh no, I'm kidding. It is on June 27th. It's a Wednesday night. At Red Emma's.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Okay.
From 7 to 9. I'm
sure
going to
y'all
be posting
attend
it
that,
on
man.
my page. So you guys can definitely follow the page from my page. You guys will see everything about today. Everybody who I mentioned today. They will be in my next post on Instagram.
Rapid fire? So you want me to pick out another
We got a
one?
few more.
Let's rapid fire all of them. Yeah.
Okay, rapid fire all of them. Okay.
I gotta take a piss.
Man, we got a wonderful song today. All right.
I thought I was like this.
You're gonna pee on yourself.
I've been drinking all this water. Hey y'all, walk here. No.
All right, so first one. Right now we know more about each other than ever because of social media. Assuming that in the future we will be able to read minds. I'm guessing. Read each other's minds. Is that good or bad? Hold on. First of all, is that like a 2-part question?
So it's like right now
we believing already that we.
It's an inevitability. They're working on it.
Every time you think something right now, you put it into like Instagram, right? So like I know what you're thinking in real time most of the time, right? Eventually, I'm gonna just be like, bam, I know what you're thinking. I know what you've been thinking this whole time, right? Is that good? Is that bad? What's that gonna do? Like
It depends on your intentions.
So if somebody's thinking like, oh my god, like that ass though. Like, is that bad?
So,
And it's your pastor. Good morning, baby. God damn. Now you need to say that.
I knew what he was thinking.
Like I said earlier, you know, Instagram is the biggest cosmetic company right now. It got everything on Mac. You feel me? Mac ain't got shit on Instagram. Instagram is where people come to be something that they're not. And social media is where people come to portray what they're not and what they want to be. The good part about that is that, you know, it gives people ambition. Because it's like, I keep stunting for so long. But the bad part about it is that you think you know somebody and you really don't. They thought they knew me. Got him. But seriously, like, nothing beats in-person interaction. Revolution was and will not be televised. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're not going from here. You know, if you really want to.
So what if I find the revolution in your mind before you?
Yeah, if I'm able.
So I doubt that the mind is such a powerful thing, and I tell you all the time, especially for us humans, the mind is our superpower. You know.
We doubted that we were going to make blind to see back in the day. Now, you know what I mean? Maybe not the blind to see, but I can't see where without these contacts, and now I can.
Right. So
there was a little.
I just think that
first, hearing. So
that's what I'm saying.
Like, yeah.
I think that the matrices of the mind are so complex that men, especially men who are trying to figure it out, and the people with technology and this thing are two totally different things. Technology, you can find understanding in it. This, you can't find understanding in. The levels and the matrices that you are capable of acquiring, there you have to have a certain mental level in order to even tap into anybody else's.
So you don't think we'll be able to read minds?
No.
So when we are able to read minds and you still saying we can't, and I'm reading everything you saying, what you gonna do?
I won't be here.
First thing
I won't be here for it.
All right, real quick. So they've already started.
All right.
Okay.
Very, very on a low level, tech level, but they'll do stuff like have you watch a certain image. and have electrodes and stuff in your brain, and then they transmit it to someone else, and they can pick out the image. So they're already doing it at a low, like the Game Boy version 1 or Atari, and we're in PlayStation 4. They're already doing it. So for just a thought question, what would happen if the inevitability happens where you can run into somebody and you kind of just know, maybe not everything they're thinking, but like, you know how you go on Facebook, you can say, I'm excited, or you can, what would happen? I think it's going to be pros and cons to it. Some of them speak about not knowing how someone feels, the fun of like just being there and like, but if I had to know like, damn, she's having a bad mood, is that going to deter me from even talking to somebody, right? Or if I feel like someone's a liar, right? Because that's the vibe they put off, you know, electronically.
Everybody's a liar.
Because everybody's a liar at any given point in time, right? Even if you're lying.
I keep it 99 because I be lying sometimes.
Exactly. So I think it's tricky. It will have like all technology, right? You got these smartphones, and then you have Instagram, which is like maybe the superficial bad end of it. But then you got, I can talk to anyone in the world instantly, right? So I think it's gonna be a little bit of both.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's gonna. I think it's potentially gonna be a bit of both. However, I don't think that we'll be able to. I don't necessarily foresee that in our time period, just because like I mean, if you're talking on a literal sense, like. I can walk into a room and I can know exactly what the fuck Denzel is thinking. Yeah. I mean, sometimes I kind of do. I'll be looking at Denzel like, yo, he about to go into some bullshit real quick. You know what I mean? But literally knowing what's on that person's mind or really catching a full-on vibe of what is actually going on in their mind, I don't think we're necessarily going to see that in our lifetime because we can only access like a small percentage of our brain. And for us to actually be able to do something like that, we would have to learn how to fully on access a whole nother part of our brain that we have no idea how to access.
We won't know. That'll be technology will take over that part. So right now, but for the thought experiment, let's say they have it, right? They didn't think about driving when they were doing horse and carriage, right? They got it. So if they got it, how do you think it's going to affect them?
Sorry. Yeah. I had to bring you guys back.
Witchcraft.
But no, not witchcraft. Just history. There is a reason why when you go to Egypt, every single one of the sculptures or, you know, the tombs have, the pharaohs have their nose cut off, you know, and the reason is because they would hate for you to understand that those people were black. Years before we even thought about cars,
they had
cars and planes and all this shit that we think we discovered.
And they had mind
control.
They
already had it. They had all the things that they just found millions of tablets under pyramids.
What podcast is this?
Tablets?
No, I'm not listening to
a lot of stuff you on, I'm on it too. Yeah.
What kind of tablets?
Tablets that
like
had
iPads?
planes, like iPads that had planes and cars
Ancient
and all
Sumerian
this stuff already written on them. You know, we are not the discoveries of these things, and we let these white people teach us that.
How could you say that you think that there's no way we can read each other's minds when
because we're not made to read each other's minds. We're not made to do that. Like, we're not made to have that superpower. We have prophets who may be able to decipher, you know, who may be able to foresee what's coming. We have people who decipher dreams. I know that's one of my spiritual gifts. But we can't see what's going on right now. We can probably feel it. We can pick up on some energy. We can try to pull from it, but we cannot sit here and be like, he wants to eat ass right now. You know, we can't sit here.
I've already did it.
Oh, no, that
he had it for breakfast.
You know, so it's just like we can't really do those things.
Let's wrap it there. 2 minutes each of these last ones.
All right. Which celebrity would you want to fuck? You can only pick one. That's going to take 30 seconds right there.
Who gonna jump in first? Why anybody else saying that?
I'm looking at y'all.
We're looking at you first. We're looking at the guests. No,
let Denzel go first. Unless you want to
go.
Denzel, go first, Denzel.
Who's that 51-year-old you pulled up?
Salma
Hayek. Yeah, I'm gonna fuck Salma Hayek.
That's cool.
See, he loves old ladies. He loves old ladies.
Yo, remember when he did that porn survey? Yo, he was looking up grandmas. Yo, we just figured it out.
He definitely.
And then that's when he found out he might like to get whipped too.
He ain't meet my grandma. What'd you say, Jay?
I don't know. I don't people like to look at people.
I don't look at people like that.
Well, no, someone that's find attractive. You're not attracted to their fame.
Pinkett.
Oh, you want to bust Jada Pinkett open?
Ah, Jada Pinkett.
Or,
Jada Pinkett.
well, Will Smith, watch out. Right.
No.
Who you got, yo? I don't know
Who I got?
Yeah, who you got?
Oh,
Your
man.
celebrity.
Can Will Smith watch?
He probably would.
He
He watch. He
would.
better
He's
just
probably
watch.
definitely
He might
Have
be,
fun,
he might
honey.
be a voyeur, yo.
All right.
Boy, this dick name.
So, all right. So look, I'm gonna help y'all make this decision because I'm torn between two.
Who?
Okay. So there's Erykah Badu,
Uh-huh.
which I call her the Black Abyss because nobody's ever hit her and came back out the same.
You.
So it's kind of like, so it's
She
like
takes soul.
she I don't know what she does, but people don't come back out.
Like
the same.
Reaper.
Huh?
Soul Reaper.
Yeah. So is her or Rihanna?
That's good ones. Both good ones.
Um,
Rihanna's the young Erykah Badu in terms of vagina witchcraft.
In terms of vagina witchcraft,
Yeah, right.
Rihanna and Erykah Badu are.
I know who Nick
So
is.
go with the younger or the older?
Go with
Well, you
Erykah
go
Badu.
with the
You
older.
already know who
He
Nick
gonna say
is.
I know what
older.
Nick is.
I would probably say Rihanna. I'm gonna tell you why. Rihanna and Nicki, because
That's
they
who you
talk
think
so
of.
much shit. I'm not even per se attracted to them, Rihanna, but I just want to see. I want to see what they really about.
Okay.
If they really can talk about
Okay.
all that. What's that one song? That birthday cake shit she got.
Oh, that's a good one.
And
I love
that,
it. I love it. I love it.
that one. And what was the other one? That talk. How that song go?
I don't know it.
That talk.
This is you.
They
This
search
is
for
you.
shit. I'm like, can you really suck a whole dick? I want to see.
What's her name? Lil' Kim said she can make a Sprite can.
No, Lil' Kim. I remember that. I don't like no
I
Lil'
don't
Kim.
like
Okay,
Lil'
so
Kim.
all
Lil'
right,
Kim.
let me give you one real quick. You can either do Rihanna or you said Rihanna or Nicki, or you can have a threesome with
You gonna name the grandmamas? Grandmamas.
not grandmas.
It better be a pile of money in that
With,
bitch.
It better be a grandmother
yo.
with a will with my name.
Who
on
the
it.
girl that just beat up, who got the belt? Ronda
Ronda
Rousey
Rousey.
and the other one. Who beat up Ronda Rousey? Not Holly Holm, the other one.
Cyborg?
Not Cyborg. The
Holly
one.
Holm?
No, Holm.
She beat up Ronda.
You know what I'm talking about? Amanda or whatever.
She
her
beat
name
up
is.
Ronda
Amanda,
Rousey.
and then the new
So
name.
Amanda, Ronda, and who?
Amanda and Ronda and you, or
Or-
just you and Rihanna.
Are you stupid? Fucking Rihanna! I want to do broad game.
Nigga,
No!
I thought you like your.
No.
Punch
No,
nigga.
I want to train with them.
You don't want them to put
Put
you
you
in
that
a
brightness
grapple
shit,
hole.
no arm bars and shit. No. Rihanna, I want because accent, right? She can cook. And after you bust a nut, you gotta eat, right? Y'all eat that?
Rihanna can't cook.
She can't
She
cook.
never cooked a day in her life.
How you know? How many
You don't
days of
know
her
that.
life you been?
You don't know if she can cook or not.
I bet all my money Rihanna can't cook.
She can probably cook. She got that little
Bruh.
island in her.
Yeah.
Most of them bitches know how to
Matter of
cook.
fact, I'm going Rihanna. Fuck Nicki. She plastic. Rihanna, homegrown. She nasty. She got an accent.
But she like to fight her boyfriend.
So
So you're
you-
not gonna blame it all on Chris.
You wouldn't do Amanda Nunes.
No, they don't even know who Amanda is. You nasty bitch. She's a boy girl.
No, she's
Amanda
not.
Nunes
yo.
is the dom.
That's messed up.
She is. She's a dom.
You said a boy.
Man, doms need love too.
They do, just not for me. Anyway, ain't nothing wrong with it. Everybody need love. What the fuck? I'm looking at myself. Looking at myself. No, I'm good. I'm good, yo. You go get
Go ahead,
we can
boy.
swole together.
If that's the case, you can just jerk off.
Go ahead, boy, with your bad stuff.
Messing with that.
All right, so go to jail for 24 hours or sex for 24 hours straight.
What the fuck?
Denzel, I know this was you, Denzel. You piece of shit, I know this was you. Yo, what did you do? Just jerk off all day? Like, yeah, wait till this question come, boy. I'm gonna kill him with this one. Oh, let me answer the survey real quick. Wouldn't pick sex for 24 hours, though.
You think you
Yeah,
can have sex
you-
for 24 hours straight?
Have you
I
been
don't
to
know if I
jail?
could.
Have you been to jail?
That's sex for 24 hours,
Hold
nigga,
up,
your
but
ass.
have you been to jail? Because I've been to jail.
Nah, I ain't never been to jail.
All
I
All
don't
right,
know.
so let me tell you, because they ain't never been to jail. They soft.
You
Like,
have-
no.
I ain't never get caught.
No,
Yeah,
I definitely got caught.
I almost got served a year when I was
I would definitely, for one,
She gonna say sex in jail.
no, I'm not going back to jail. I'm not going back.
going back.
I ain't going back to
I
the
just
strip
said jail
club.
for 24 hours.
Now, sex for 24 hours. I've come almost close. So
You a fucking lie, Jazz.
No, I swear to God.
Jazz, you
No,
lie. What
no.
kind of magical vagina you
No,
got?
I'm
It's
trying to
witchcraft,
tell
I'm
y'all.
telling you,
I'm
yo.
trying to
Mixed
tell
with
y'all.
Jesus,
I
bro.
didn't even know that I could do it. He didn't even know that he could do it. So let alone it actually happened. Like,
How
and
did
it
we
was,
find this? How did you prove this?
we gonna have to call him.
Who?
No, we ain't got
It's
called.
like, no, I'm
We
joking.
ain't got called.
It's
I
a
said,
joke.
oh.
I don't even care to. No.
How many
but-
hours was it? 10?
10.
Non-stop.
Yo, but once you get the,
no Kool-Aid breaks?
yo, once you
Yo,
get
we
the,
took water breaks.
once you get to 18 hours, you're gonna
And we
wish
took
that jail, yo.
Huh?
Once you get to 18 hours, you can be like, fuck it, yo, I can't do this shit no more. You're gonna quit.
Where,
But
in
you can't
sex?
quit, yeah. You think you can have sex for 24 hours straight?
I don't think you could really physically have sex for
I mean, you can
24
stop,
hours
you can
straight.
eat, and you can drink water.
Yeah.
But you gotta go right back after. You gotta get
I
on the
think
water.
that's possible.
I think that's
And I think that if him and I were like the time and
You
the
said you
time,
think you can do that?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah,
like
you can
yo,
stretch
if
it out,
we had
man.
to
It's
be
like, yo, what kind of
if
cousins
we had to
Well, you
be
said
in
yeah,
the
too?
house.
She said yes.
Hold, time out. Hold,
No.
real quick. You said you can fuck for 24 hours.
No problem.
It's a
So
possibility.
you got a master's degree in fucking. Ain't no fucking way you can
Yo,
fuck
it
that
really
long.
is. Like I'm telling you,
Yo,
if
if
me
you can take
the
water
only
breaks, eat and
reason
pee
the
and-
only reason we stopped having sex was because he had to go to work and so did I. We would have kept going. You get what I'm saying? Like we would have kept
That's some
going.
special tension right there.
Man,
like,
that's some attention.
So he had
Right.
to.
You have
pop the Viagra. Sorry.
I'm trying.
Them niggas was high, went to sleep and dreamed about that shit. They motherfuckers gonna tell y'all, man, that was a good ass 24 hour sex. Ain't no fucking way. Now listen, all right, look, the vagina gotta be moist, as you said.
We're not
For
saying
20
moist.
She said moist.
We're not saying more.
Listen, it's her vagina. She can say what she wants about it.
Slippery.
We gonna not say anything, goddammit.
Listen, all right, fellas, all right, let's keep it 100. How many nuts you get off
Before you don't want to do
before you don't? It hurts, my nigga. It hurts. It's like,
like 3.5, yo.
You ain't.
Halfway through the fourth one,
So what is that?
you look
another
at your dick,
4.5
you can't
hours?
feel your dick anymore.
So is that another 4.5 hours?
But you gotta think about it. Yo,
I'm thinking about it.
You can add foreplay, and then you still gotta eat and drink and all that kind of stuff. So your foreplay game is like, if you
Yeah.
need to. You
So it's
gotta-
not sex then. It's
4
like
hours, 4 hours in.
sexcation. It's
You
like
gotta have
a,
you gotta have sex for 24 hours straight. You gotta be
You
locked
mean
in
you
the
gotta be
room,
locked in,
banging
and
it
you
out.
gotta be-
Somebody's putting a sandwich through your fucking door slot, and then you eat the sandwich and you go right out it.
Yeah, that's bullshit. I'd rather go to jail. Send me to jail. Fuck
That's
that.
what
Give me
I'm
my
thinking,
goddamn day. I ain't
Hey,
fucking
y'all
24
thought-
I
hours.
don't wanna go to jail.
I go to jail.
I ain't gonna.
I ain't
do
going to
Yeah,
jail.
look, yo,
He
this
ain't
shit
been
don't
to
work.
jail. That's why he said he gonna go to jail.
No, I didn't say prison. I didn't
He
say
ain't
prison.
been to jail. That's
I
why he
didn't.
told
No,
me.
listen. I ain't been in no 24-hour sex session, but I've been to a 6-hour one. And goddamn, 24 fucking hours. I'm gonna have dick rash.
He's still
All right, all right.
working. He's still
All
working.
right, we gonna get there. I'm gonna get there one day.
I'd rather go through some pleasurable pain, actually be in jail and going.
The dick ain't gonna work no more. It ain't gonna work.
Look, I go
ain't
through
gonna
a
work
physical
no
pain,
more.
then a psychological or mental.
No, jail be cool as
That's
shit,
what
man. You meet people like Jasmine, we in there talking about energy. If you think that's good,
He lied. Let me tell you, jail not like that. Jail locked up. For one, my hands are registered. Don't play with me. Listen, like for one, my hands are registered. Because my hands are registered, when I got locked up, my first experience in jail, I was secluded from everybody. I was chained to a wall with handcuffs the entire night. The entire night. I can't bathroom without shackles on my feet. Like that experience. That experience.
Well, you
I
were
would
right.
Real quick,
never.
all right, now fuck all the fuck shit. 24 hours, put your hands up if you with it. Sex, right now, put it up.
24.
I'm going to jail, yo.
You going to jail too? That's sweet. Y'all would rather go to jail than to be pleasured through sex.
Who's sexing?
It's not gonna be pleasurable after 8 hours. I'm gonna say, get the fuck off of
Who's
me.
sexing me? It depends
All right,
on
that's
who's sexing me.
another good question. Listen, her pussy gotta be perfect. Cause I'm perfect. For 24 hours?
Yeah,
You
that's
can give
included.
24 hours.
Your pussy gonna be gone. You see a cheese grater on cheese? Ain't gonna be no pussy no more.
If that's the case, I
Yo,
have a video
hold on.
game.
Oh,
You gotta imagine. You gotta imagine. At least these hours, you're gonna be like giving head. You know what I'm saying?
I
It's
can't
gonna
eat
be-
pussy. I'm a pussy connoisseur.
Even if you jerk off for 3
you
hours,
eat that
your
long.
You can
elbows,
think-
your motherfucking forearms is gonna be beat to shit. You gonna quit.
Yo said
Then you going to jail.
Your forearm gonna be beat to
We
shit.
gotta talk to my man. Look, we gonna find out who the fuck he is. I'm gonna say, bruh, was she at the first 2 and last 12? Which, cause I think you kind of got where you probably just like.
Yo, I'm trying. Either way, sex is sex. Tire sex.
All right, so we
Tire sex.
You'll do what?
Like,
Autopilot.
can it be trash? Can it be trash?
Yeah.
You said
Sometimes
pussy
you
on
get
autopilot.
Man,
Yeah, but
get
no autopilot. Somebody gotta actually just. That's what girls do. They just lay on your
Oh, I
ass.
said I was an autopilot. I ain't talking about.
Can it be
that.
trash?
Trash.
Is it like high level, like good sex, or like you just have?
I think
Like 24 hours.
Like you just said, you kind of just moving.
I
Don't
think
do the most.
Like, I mean, I'm
Yo, your dick skin is gonna be all stuck in her vagina. You ain't
You not gonna have no
They're
pussy.
going to jail.
Your pussy dead. Your pussy dead. My dick good. Like, this is a great way to. Thank you for coming on. Thank you, Jasmine. I say thank you.
one more time.
Again, I am at Jasmine, JASMINE _ on Instagram, CHIARA, like Christmas.
Stop
You
saying
can
that.
also follow our women's support groups at Soul UL _ Sorors SORORS and at Free Your Minds IG, okay?
And 24hoursex.com.
And 24hoursex.com. That's big. But God. No, seriously, follow the book movement at Lavish Details by Lou. Get your shirts today, okay? And thank you guys for having me. I'm so appreciative. It was so great for seeing you guys and spending this time with y'all. Y'all, Marvin brother was my first boyfriend ever.
Your weak ass dick. Nigga got 12 hours.
He was my first boyfriend ever, and he was probably the best one now that I think about it.
He gave you 12 hours though.
He used to bring me teddy bears to school.
Fuck that teddy bear shit.
And
Did he fuck you
chocolate
12
and-
hours?
No.
He gave you
We
teddy
didn't
bears.
have sex back then. It was
Oh, okay, now that was a young love.
Yeah, young.
Yeah,
How old was y'all?
We were like 11. We were like 11.
Oh, well, damn. I'm sorry. What happens to
In my
It
head,
happens
you
at 8. Definitely stays at 8.
So let me go ahead and close this out real quick, man. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Make sure y'all go to Not Safe for Ears on Instagram. Any questions, make sure y'all DM us or y'all can send the email. NotSafeForEars@gmail.com. Download on iTunes. Make sure you listen on Spotify, SoundCloud. Make sure you tell all your friends. Make sure y'all hit the link in the bio. Subscribe, all that, man. Thank y'all.
Go!